In this video, we're going to talk about business lines of credit, how they work, the pros and cons, and how to get one. As always, if you find the video helpful, please take a moment to hit that like and subscribe button. Also make sure to request your free custom business funding plan in the description if you'd like to learn what the best funding and credit options are for your specific business and industry. A business line of credit is a type of loan that allows a business to borrow money as needed, up to a certain limit. It is similar to a credit card in that it provides access to a certain amount of funds that the business can draw on as needed. However, unlike a credit card, a business line of credit usually has a lower interest rate and requires the borrower to pay interest only on the amount of money that is actually borrowed. Business lines of credit can be useful if you need to borrow money quickly to cover short-term expenses, or to take advantage of opportunities as they arise, but don't need a large lump sum of money all at once. Here are some of the pros of having a business line of credit. Pro number 1. Flexibility. A business line of credit allows a business to borrow money as needed, up to a certain limit, rather than borrowing a fixed amount all at once. This essentially gives you an emergency fund to cover unexpected expenses, or allows you to take advantage of new opportunities quickly. Pro number 2. Lower interest rates. Business lines of credit often have lower interest rates than your typical credit card. This makes the burden of repayment much more manageable in the long run. Pro number 3. Revolving credit. A business line of credit is a type of revolving credit, which means that as the business pays back the borrowed funds, the credit becomes available again for future use. Pro number 4. No collateral required. Most business lines of credit do not require collateral, which means that the business does not have to pledge assets such as equipment or real estate to secure it. Next, let's talk about some of the cons of a business line of credit. Con number 1. Credit limit. A business line of credit has a predetermined credit limit, and the business may not be able to borrow more money once that limit is reached. You can always ask for an increase later on. But it's not a guarantee that you will be granted the increase, thus limiting your access to credit. Con number 2. Fees. Some business lines of credit come with fees, such as annual fees, origination fees, etc. While usually worth it because of the amount of credit you get access to, it's important to make sure you know what the fees are before accepting any line of credit. Con number 3. Limited use. A business line of credit may not be suitable for long-term borrowing needs or for financing large, one-time expenses. For example, if your line of credit is $50,000, and you need purchase a new piece of equipment for $45,000, you may be better off applying for a term loan or equipment financing. That if you had an unexpected expense come up for $5,000, your line of credit would be much more suitable. Con number 4. Credit score requirements. Businesses usually need to have a good credit score in order to qualify for a business line of credit. Next, let's talk about the typical qualifications for getting a business line of credit. The qualifications for a business line of credit will vary depending on the lender and the specific terms of the loan. However, some common qualifications that lenders may consider include the following. Number 1. Time in business. Some lenders may require a business to have been in operation for a certain amount of time before it is eligible for a business line of credit. Number 2. Credit score. Many lenders will consider the credit score of a business and its owners when deciding whether to approve a business line of credit. A higher credit score may increase the chances of approval and may also result in a lower interest rate. Number 3. Financial history. Lenders may review a business's financial history, including its revenue, profit, and cash flow, to determine its creditworthiness. Number 4. Personal guarantee. Some lenders may require the business owner or other key members of the company to personally guarantee the loan. This means that they will be personally responsible for repaying the loan if the business is unable to do so. So where can you get a business line of credit? There are several places where a business can get a line of credit. Option number 1. Banks. Many traditional banks offer business lines of credit to their customers. It's a good idea to shop around and compare offers from multiple banks to find the best terms. Option number 2. Credit unions. Credit unions are non-profit financial institutions that are owned and controlled by their members. Many offer business lines of credit to their members at pretty competitive rates. Option number 3. Online lenders. There are many online lenders that offer business lines of credit, often with a faster application process and more flexible qualifications than traditional banks. However, it's important to do your due diligence and research the lender before applying. as there are some unscrupulous lenders that operate online. Option number 4. Crowdfunding platforms. Some crowdfunding platforms, such as Kickstarter and Indiegogo, offer business lines of credit to businesses that have successfully funded campaigns on their platforms. In conclusion, business lines of credit usually have a lot more pros than cons for most businesses because of the flexibility it offers. It gives you access to funding when you need it at relatively good rates and terms. With that said, make sure to request a free custom business funding plan in the description to find out exactly what the best funding and credit options are for your specific business.